Hey guys, today we're back with another product review. And today on the channel we'll be reviewing the Shinenyx G1A Thermal and Night Vision Monocle. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Once again today we're going to be reviewing the Shinenyx G1A Monocle. This is a very new, I guess you'd say new to the United States company. This is the first time I'd ever heard of them actually at the G1A convention, Gun Owners of America, back about 3 or 4 months ago. How we come up about them, funny story, we was just walking through the convention and I looked up on this big screen and I could see my emblem and I was like, who in the world is that? And I looked and it was my dad actually looking at a bunch of rifles, I think for Henry, but it was in thermal and I was like, man, that's pretty neat. And we met with the guys there. Rim was a very nice guy. We talked with him for a little bit and they ended up sending one with us home to test and evaluate on the channel. Like I said, it's the first time I'd ever seen these guys, but they make some very interesting products. There was no exchange of money or anything like that, so everything you hear is exactly straight from me. That being said, we're going to go ahead and check this out today. So what we have it mounted up on right now is our JG15 Ultralight AR-15. And one great thing about this thermal and night vision setup here is it only weighs 16.8 ounces, so you can barely tell it's even on your rifle. The rifle is still as light as it ever was. But we also have a Picatinny rail mount that mounts to the bottom of the optic itself, so if you want to use it as a actual spotter scope or a scope that you can use on your rifle, you can. So it has multiple different uses to it. We'll also be testing it out today on our helmet, our bulletproof helmet, so we will be showing that off here in a second. But right now, let's go ahead and take a few shots with it. So like I said, we have it mounted up right now, and if I'm not mistaken, we have it on thermal, so I might have to switch it off of thermal and put it on either thermal over night vision to differentiate the targets downrange. So let's go ahead and put our ears in. Load it up here. There we go. I can get it to go in the battery anyway. Short stroked it. I think it's in battery. Yeah. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and take a few shots. Alright, so right now we have it in thermal. I can see the rail and I can see my hand, but I cannot differentiate in between the targets downrange. So let's go ahead and switch it to thermal on night vision. This right here makes it to where I can see the targets a lot better. So now let's go ahead and take a few shots. Alrighty, so as you can see there, that's not going to be giving off any type of heat signature or anything like that. So it's still taking my time a little bit to adjust between targets. But now, if that was a man standing down there, he would obviously be able to be seen, which we will show you all what I'm viewing here in a second. Sadly, this does not record anything. They do have models that do record, which we will probably be featuring in the near future. But as of right now, we're going to have to use our camera to show that off. So let's go ahead and switch to our normal night vision mode, and that way I can see the targets a lot better. Alrighty. So something else I forgot to add, how are we hitting down range with it? You actually have multiple different reticles that you can use in this optic itself. So whenever we're shooting, we actually have a kind of a crosshair with a pin dot in the center optic. There's multiple other different ones you can use on there, and there's multiple other different settings that you can use as well. Once again, we have a night vision setting, a thermal setting, and 2 night vision over thermal settings. So that's pretty interesting, or vice versa. You also have a zoom on this from 1 times, 2 times, and 4 times zoom, and you can also calibrate it to however the brightness you like it. And you can also adjust the sharpness of the thermal and the night vision using the front 2 I guess you would call them monocles in front, something like that, whatever it is. But that being said, it's a very nice optic and I'm liking it so far. So let's go ahead and check out how it looks under thermal. So right guys, here we are at 25 yards and this will be the full thermal on it. So as you can see here, we've got some type of heat coming off the rocks there in the back. But as you can see, here is what it looks like under thermal at 25 yards. We can also zoom in as long as I can keep it in. There's 4 times zoom, 2 times zoom, and straight picture. So let's go ahead and step back to 50 yards. Alright, so here we are now at 50 yards. Let's go ahead and check out to see what it looks like. You can see a man-sized target out there. You still have some heat coming off them rocks. There's 4 times zoom, 2 times zoom, and 50 yards. Step back to 100. So as you can see here, guys, we are now at 100 yards. That is no zoom, 4 times zoom, 2 times zoom, and 100 yards straight. Let's go ahead and step back to 150. All right, guys, now we're here at 150 yards. Let's go ahead and take a look. So the reason we're stopping at 150 yards is because this is as far as the manual says it's supposed to go. There is 4 times zoom, there's 2 times zoom, and there is 150 yards straight. Yes, it's not going to look as good as it was to the naked eye because we are filming off of a camera. It does not have a way to absolutely record from it, but at the same time, you can tell that there is a man standing there and it is putting off heat. So let's go all the way back to the end of our range and see how far we can still get a heat signature. All right, guys, here we are at almost 200 yards. Let's go ahead and take a final look at it. Once again, man-sized target standing down there. We had the 4 zoom, now 2 zoom, we're calibrating, and now we're back here at no zoom. So a very, very nice picture, and like I said, guys, this is supposed to only pick up to 100 yards, and it's still picking this up perfect. Let's go ahead and switch it over. This is straight night vision, but we're not at night yet. We'll be doing the night test here in a second. This is thermal over night vision. As you can tell, you can kind of see a little bit of red outline there, but at the same time, it's starting to blend in with the rest of the heats around us. It's still having a little bit of a hard time to pick it up, but we're still getting a good heat signature to where we can tell there's something there that's giving off heat. So let's go ahead and go on. All right, guys, so going through the few different things we have here. We have thermal, we have night vision, and we have thermal over night vision. So let's go ahead and take a look. This right here is going to be straight thermal. There we go. Let's go ahead and switch it to night vision. So as you can tell, very, very detailed night vision. I mean, it looks just like you're looking at it through a normal lens. Just everything's black and white. But once again, we are still right here in the daytime, and we're going to be testing out the night vision later once it gets dark. And then here is thermal over night vision. As you can see, everything looks, calibrate automatically to what's around it. And then once you hit heat, it spots it out perfect. Here's your other one that is thermal over night vision. Once again, you can see the hot spots in the heels there. It automatically calibrates, and then there we go. 4 times zoom, 2 times zoom, and no zoom. This is at 25 yards. All right, guys, so we finally made it to pitch black dark. As you can see, you can't see anything out here. We do have a light over there to where you can see just a tad bit. When you bring it back over here, it's pitch black. So let's go ahead and look under the camera and see what all is going on. I can get it lined up right here. There we go. So as you can see, looks even better to the eye. Once again, we are filming through the actual lens itself. Go back over here to where we did have that light a minute ago. As you can see, let's go ahead and switch now into that thermal with that night vision overlay. You can see where the sides of the heels are still warm. You can see a person out there. Now let's go straight to thermal and another night vision over top of it. And this right here is just now straight thermal. Calibrating. There we go. As you can see, got one guy out there standing, nothing else out through here. Calibrating because of the light out there. Bring it back this way. Switching it back over, just a straight night vision. Can't see a thing, can't even see that horse trailer out there. With a naked eye, it's dark. But with this, you can see pretty much everything's going on. Let's do a zoom. It's a 4 times zoom, 2 times zoom, normal. Bring it back in over here again. Can't see nothing out there. There we go. So you can light everything up just exactly how you want it. It's 2 times zoom, back to 4 times. So there could be a man standing there and you not even see it. Now we're on with night vision. You can see the outline of them pretty well. When you switch that thermal, you can obviously tell that somebody's going to be standing there. Automatically calibrating. That right there is a very nice shot. Again, you can see where the heels is warm. Bring it back this way and it picks it up automatically. So a very nice thermal, but that night vision speaks for itself. And especially whenever you can throw a thermal over just to confirm that that is something out there standing. All right, let's take us on back into the garage and get our final thoughts on it. All right, guys, so the review is finally finished with the Shinenyx G1A. What is my final thoughts about it? So even though you're not supposed to talk about cost and everything on YouTube, I think that we're safe where this is mainly a thermal and not, mainly a scope thermal per se. But at a $4,000 price range, and that is without the mount. I think the mount and the rest of that is making it around $4,200. But at a $4,000 price range for this monocle, I think it is actually a good deal. As you all know, I've dealt with thermals now for a little bit. I've dealt with, low-end thermals all the way up to some of the highest-end thermals, the $8,000 thermals like what we had mounted on a rifle that we'd done a review at that one time. And this one right here shines in multiple different aspects. If you're wanting something that also has not only night vision but thermal to it, I think this is the way to go. Like I said, you can use it as just a monocle, just like this. You can use it as an actual mounted helmet, as you can see here. Just depends on which way you want to run it, and like I said as well, if you want to run it on an actual rifle, you have the ability to do so. That's something that most of these don't really have. It's either you're using it as a scope or you're using it as a monocle, either one, but you're not going to be able to use it as both, but this right here has the ability to do so. That being said, what's its pros? Its pros is that it's got a very great thermal, a very great night vision, and that night vision we showed right then a minute ago, that's with not any type of hour illuminator. That's with just night vision. And I'm telling you something, it's pitch black right now here in Kentucky. We're right in the middle of deer season. There's not even a it's not even a partial moon out. Like, I could not see your hand in front of your face. It was that dark out there. So I think for that, underneath that circumstance, this right here done a very great job. Like I said, if we even had an IR illuminator, it would have even been even better. But as we was going with right then, I'm very impressed with it. So $4,000, most of the time you hear a lot in thermals and night vision that you don't get any free lunches, but I really do believe that you do with this one. That being said, Shinenyx, not many people's heard of it, but now after I have got into it with them, talking with them and all that other stuff and figured out a lot of the information behind their company, I think it's a product that I can 100% put my stamp of approval behind. Not only have we tested this out now for 3 months, but I've also used it a little bit in the line of duty. We've, manhunt, stuff like that, but we won't get into that too much. But I've used it enough to where I can say these right here are 100% reliable. They hold a very great battery. I've never even had one of these die on me yet. And we've been using this one right here that's mounted on the hand cam since we got it back at the G1A convention. I've never charged it once, if that tells you anything, and I've used it multiple times. So very great battery life, and the ability to mount it not only to a helmet but to a rifle and also just use it as a straight up handheld device is a great buy in of itself. If I did have to say one thing I wish it did have, is that I wish it did have something to where I could record internally so I wouldn't have to record with my phone. Yes, I know a lot of their optics that they're having right now have that ability to do so, but I wish they would add it to this one. That would just make it worth even more, in my opinion, because I know a lot of people, especially people that's going to be using this as a hunting rifle, scope, or whatever else, want to be able to film them shooting that coyote, raccoon, whatever else you can legally hunt at night, and still be able to film that. But guys, that being said, I'm very impressed with this optic, and it has done more than I would have expected it to. Like I said, at 150 yards is whenever it's supposed to stop picking up that heat from what the manual says. And we was back all the way at 200 yards and it still picked it up just like we was at 150 or 100. So it surprised me in that aspect. The clarity of it, even at night and it being pitch black dark outside, it impressed me with that. And I think this is a very, very great optic. So at $4,000, if you're looking for something that not only has night vision but also thermal and that overlay of night vision and thermal, which I think out of all three of the different ways that you can do it, I think that is your best bet, because not only can you see everything that's downrange from you, but anything that's got a heat signature is going to pop right out on you. So that's great in and of itself. But guys, I appreciate the company Shinenyx sending me this review for you all. If you're interested in seeing an actual rifle scope that they sell, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll try and get one of them from them as well. But like I said, I give this my stamp of approval, and if I was looking for a not only thermal but a night vision optic, I would look no further for the Shinenyx G1A. Guys, I appreciate y'all viewing as always. If you have any questions or comments on the Shinenyx G1A, please leave in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But I appreciate y'all viewing as always. Like and subscribe for more gun reviews, and I'll see y'all in the next video.